No Film School's coverage is brought to you by Blackmagic Design, amazing solutions for film, post-production, and television.
Hey guys, I'm Micah, and we're here at the 2016 Sundance Film Festival, and I got the opportunity to talk to director Andrew Neel and his film Goat, which just had its world premiere a few days ago. The script for Goat was written by David Gordon Green like 10 years ago, but they haven't found a way to make the film until now. It's a pretty intense film and a meditation on modern masculinity, and we had a pretty interesting chat, so check it out. How did you prepare your actors for this film, and were there long periods of rehearsal? Were there any rites of passage that you put them through?
Well, I had some rehearsal time. I had a couple days of rehearsal time with Nick and Ben. That was days. Yeah. Which actually, quite honestly, for an indie film, you're lucky to get. Right. So that was great to be able to read with them, and we Skyped together and just talked a couple times, the three of us, just to kind of establish a rapport. And the other guys just kind of showed up, and we just had to do it on the day, but it wasn't a rite of passage, but we all went out to like a frat bar and drank a bunch and hung out and tried to just create like a fraternity environment, and also just get everyone really comfortable with each other, because we're going to be asking these guys to do pretty intense stuff on the set to one another, and we wanted to try to make it as comfortable as possible for them. Right.
Yeah, and I mean, it's surprising me when you say a couple of days, because it's like, yeah, on one hand it seems like so little time, but like you said, you're lucky to have rehearsal time. It's not always that you get that. I mean, how tight was your shooting schedule?
It was very tight.
Yeah.
I was shooting 10 pages a day. Once I shot 12 pages a day in one day. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it was grueling. It was really grueling. Look, every independent film is an absolute horrific marathon, and this one's no different. I think at the budget level that we were at, with the number of company moves that we had, things got really tight. And it's a testament to the team in Cincinnati and all of our producers.
So you had 19 days or something?
Yeah, I had 19 days.
Got it, right in the pocket.
Yeah, I had 19 days. By hook and by crook, I got a couple more with a very skeleton crew. So yeah, we decided. I asked that we not do any location shots basically when we were shooting, so that we could come back and do those, because when you have a gaggle of geese, even just getting a shot of a building can take all this stuff, and everyone's doing it. You know what I mean?
How much did your DP have to do with helping with the schedule?
Well, Ethan is a partner in my company. We're partners with a company called C-Think. We've made a bunch of movies together, and so having him with me was really a huge asset. It was like having a family member with me, and he's shot a bunch of my films. He's produced some of my films. I had him sit in a lot of the producing meetings, and he was integral to scheduling. I mean, Ethan and I kind of did everything together. Every morning we were sitting down and just going through everything, all the scenes. And I mean, I'd even ask him a dramatic question, be like, "What do you think of that? What do you think of this?"
Yeah. How minimal was your lighting in order to be able to move that fast?
Very minimal. The lighting department and the camera department were really, I really put them through the ringer, because, and I think in the end, they probably had to sacrifice more than anyone else creatively, because I prioritize performance, especially in this piece. So being handheld and using servo zooms really moved us along very quickly. We were almost never changing lenses. I just punch in with a servo and get my close-up, No, that's and I think actually it may have made the film possible in a way. Luckily, in this case, the kind of neo-realist verite approach was very much in sync with the subject matter.
What I'm really curious about is, this script was kicking around for a long time, like you mentioned at the Q&A. What quality do you think that you brought to the table as a director that made you the director for this project?
I think I'm a pretty in-your-face kind of filmmaker. I think the subject matter was in your face. I think I can be that way, and I think that was an obvious connection. But Christine, saw it in what I'd done with King Kelly and my other work, and thought it was the right fit. For me, it's Lord of the Flies is one of my favorite books, and I'm just interested in the darker side of who we are, that we try to keep hidden.